We're back. It's Friday. The week is over. And in celebration, let's just blast through most of our bottle. We're going to go ahead. Get that alcohol in you. Because, hey, it's Friday. We're going to do, probably going to be a quickie this week. We got some robot, we got some science, and we got the nonsense. But we don't have a lot of any of them. You know what? Let's just power the fuck through the rest of this wine. And just front load, you know? One drink left. We'll save that for the halfway point. Let's talk about Pizza Hut. Oh, I can't scroll because I'm on the OBS window, not the browser window. Look at this thing. This is a Pizza Hut prototype robot chef pickup truck. Could slice, get it? Slice, because pizza delivery times. This is a Toyota Tundra, and it's got the pizza cooking mechanism right there in the bed. And you can see like they load up the little boxes right here. So I suspect you'd come out and you'd pick up your box when it got to your house. So this is going to cook on the way to your house. Now, somewhere in the story, they talk about it's like what no one else has this technology. We're breaking new ground here. Well, that's bullshit. Because we've done so many stories about people who are working on pizza trucks that cook the pizza on their way to you. I don't know what Pizza Hut's smoking, thinking they're breaking new ground here, but I'm excited about this. But I got to tell you, Pizza Hut, my experience with the local Pizza Hut is overwhelmingly negative. The pizza is bad, and I always loved the Pizza Hut cheese sticks. That was my thing. It's like if I'm going to get something from Pizza Hut, it's going to be the cheese sticks. They've changed the recipe. They're not good anymore. They're okay, but yeah, there's better choices out there. Pizza Hut should focus less on robotic trucks and more on not serving garbage in place of pizza, in my opinion. How about LarvalBot? LarvalBot, let's take a look at him here. There he is. So we talked about the RangerBot. RangerBot is a robot that would go around, and he had a syringe, and he would inject starfish that ate coral with a terrible poison. So he was a bit of an angel of death when it came to the starfish population in an effort to rescue the coral. Well, the RangerBot has been modified, and what does he do now? Well, it's pretty impressive. So he waits. Once a year, there is a massive, the coral, what it does, it sprays both eggs and sperm into the water all at once. Just this massive coral orgy, you know, kind of like a hot tub, you know, at a Holiday Inn Express during spring break, you know, that kind of thing, where it's just a soupy mixture of sperm and egg, and that mixes together and it becomes new coral. Well, what the LarvalBot does, it waits till that sperm and egg germinates, and then it goes down and it gathers up the coral babies, as they're called. Kind of cool, right? So it gathers up the coral babies, and then it takes the coral babies to new locations. So rather than, normally the coral would just reproduce in the area that it is, or with the currents moving it. Well, the LarvalBot helps out. It's kind of like a bee. The birds and the bees and the LarvalBots. It goes to a new location. It sprays down the coral babies where they're needed to restore the coral reefs, which are apparently in danger. So I'm for it. I believe we need better coral reefs. I don't do a lot of ocean swimming, but, you know, it's a good thing, right? 20th Century Fox is using artificial intelligence to predict audience behavior by applying AI to movie trailers. right? Because movie trailers disgust me, right? Because they give you the entire movie. They basically give you all but the ending. And if you can't guess the ending from a movie trailer these days, you're probably a low functioning person. But they're taking it further. So what they've done, we can look at this this chart here. So this is from the movie Logan, the Wolverine movie. And so they predicted certain things about the audience, and then they measured the actual audience. It turns out it's not great, but they're still tweaking it. So their idea is they want to make a trailer, and they want to run it through this AI, and the AI is going to tell them, it's like, this scene in the trailer probably not going to appeal too much to the kind of audience that we're looking for. Maybe switch that out. So they literally want to perfectly tailor movie trailers to the audience that they're trying to bring in. So I don't go to movies because it makes me too angry. But if you are a moviegoer, I don't see why anybody would be excited about that. You should only be angry because they're trying to manipulate you. Well, slightly heavier than a toothpick, the first wireless insect robot takes flight. I say bullshit, sir. We have reported on this very same thing before. It's a little fly-shaped thing, and you shoot it with a laser, and it flies. And they're saying, and I checked the date on this story, November 2nd. Let's see. Friday, November 2nd. Look right here. CNBC. But we've seen this guy before. Let's find a picture. Oh, where's the picture? They don't have it. It's a video. Anyway, it's this little fly-shaped thing. Here, we'll play video. It's not even going to work. There we go. There it is. So there he is. You shoot him with a laser, and he can fly. Now the problem... Oh, yep. Here we go. This is not new. We did this exact story before. Why is CNBC republishing this? I don't know. Maybe just for the clickbait. But it's a little fly-shaped thing, and you shoot it with a laser, and it flies. Shameful. Shameful, CNBC. That is not new information. If you watched Wednesday's episode, you'll know that 2 million children in the UK, we're not at the halfway point. I'm going to kill the rest of this at the halfway point. 2 million children in the UK are talking to Alexa. Big fans of Alexa. So Engadget asks the ultimate question, should Alexa be your child's friend? Is it good or healthy? And they say that's the wrong question. You read this article, all these kids who are friends with Alexa, losers. This like, oh, little Billy he can't make friends at school because people don't like him, but he sure loves Alexa. Sad. Don't let your kids be friends with Alexa because it's pathetic. And also, it's preparing them to be spied upon, But apparently, these kids, they develop a relationship with Alexa. And if you ask Alexa if Alexa will be your friend, she'll say yes. But she's a lying slut. She's not your friend. Alexa's not anybody's friend. But so there were some child psychologists, which is more bullshit. One said, yeah, it's good. Let Alexa be your friend. The other one said, no, probably shouldn't do that. Probably should limit the time with Alexa. So, because it's a nonsense area of study. Nobody knows. Nobody understands children. They're just horrible little creatures. Waymo. The driverless cars have gotten the green light to test fully driverless cars in California. Now, they have already been doing this in Arizona, but now they've gotten permission in California. They won't be ferrying people around, but they will be without the nanny driver to monitor them. They will just be purely empty cars cruising around in California, running into shit. So, congratulations. Hope you enjoy it. Should be very good to teach. I imagine with the kind of vacuous, insipid, horrible people in California, I imagine they're very bad drivers. So it should be kind of like a learning gauntlet for the Waymo. Probably one of the best places to train, really. Well, do you live in the EU? That's one strike against you. Do you travel within the EU? Well, guess what? You're going to be answering to a new governmental overlord. And it's going to surprise you who it is. It's an AI. It's an AI lie detector. So when you travel, virtual border agents will be asking you a couple of questions. And it's going to be doing some AI magic to see if you're lying to it. And if you are, you go into the enhanced screening. So be careful. Be careful about lying to the AI. This is, because they got the biometrics, they got facial recognition, blah, blah, blah. One more nail in the coffin. We are going to be locked into our home countries when the revolution comes. Well, I've told you, comment F in the comment section in solidarity with Wendell, with the crap that he's dealing with. But now you really, really, really need to comment F to pay respects to Kepler. The Kepler telescope is 100% out of fuel. Now, maybe you're a normie and you're like, I've heard the name, but why should I care about Kepler? Well, let me tell you about Kepler, all right? You know what? This is the halfway point. Let's go. I'm going to go ahead and take the Kepler memorial drink to celebrate what this beautiful telescope has given us. And we're done. We're empty, but our hearts are full of joy and compassion for Kepler. So what Kepler did was studied planets, right? Planets that we're a bunch of idiots just sitting around on the planet like, what's out there? I see those lights, those are stars, but what else is out there? Well, Kepler was orbiting around the sun, not the Earth. No, sir, not the Earth. The sun. Kepler was out there in the far reaches, looking at other planets, looking at other solar systems, saying, hey, look at this. And it's thanks to Kepler that we know that something like 20% of planets are in the magic liquid water spot. So when the time comes and we nuke the Earth and we escape, we will have a lot of different planets to shoot our rockets at, and some will be dead worlds, and the people that land there will die of thirst and cannibalism, and it'll be dark. But maybe one of all the rockets we launch will repopulate, and humanity will live on thanks to Kepler. So, comment F to pay respects. How about surgery? We're all going to have surgery eventually. It's a dark reality of the current world. Now, here in America, it's very expensive, unfortunately. We have a bit of a problem with our healthcare system. But you're going to have it. At some point, a doctor needs to go in and cut some shit out of your body that you don't want in there. And the problem currently is that surgery students are losing dexterity to stitch patients. How are they losing dexterity, you think? Have they put on a cursed magical item that has a negative dexterity buff? No, that's not what it is. What's being blamed for this is tablet and touchscreen culture. You see, modern medical students, rather than having entertained themselves with activities that busy the hands, maybe some carpentry or some Legos, maybe even a little console gaming. Nope, they're just swiping. They're playing with the tablet. And apparently, when it comes to surgery, they can't do anything. They're just floundering around like they got nothing. They got no skills. They got no hand skills. Now, we've seen similar stories about this where they said that elementary students give them a pair of scissors and they don't know what to do. They're fumbling around like retards. Can't even cut paper because of the touch screen. The touch screen is apparently a scourge upon the younger generations, stealing their dexterity. So, I don't know. I don't know what we do about that. But I do know that if you want to watch some videos, one video you might want to check out is from NASA. It's the first 8K video from space. The International Space Station, they got one of those red cameras. Here you go. Look at that. Shooting some video, 8K in space. So if you're one of these people who bought one of those crazy 8K televisions from Japan, and you're like, I got no 8K programming to watch. Well, now you do. Got nothing to complain about. I don't think it's particularly compelling. You know, it's just the people on the space station. But it does raise the possibility, and I think, you know, in terms of NASA monetizing what they've got, I think it's pretty obvious that 8K space porn would raise a lot of dollars. If you think about, I mean, okay, who else has zero gravity porn? Nobody. Who else has 8K porn? Not many places. 8K zero gravity pornography, huge seller, right? And it's not gonna be like, because you know you watch porn, it's like this is just some random porn slut. You know, it's more interesting if the girl has more social value. Well, these are fucking scientists, man. Scientists, 8K zero gravity porn. Let me tell you, they're leaving money on the table by not doing it. I say do it right now. It's going to be, it'll be huge if they do it. What about books, right? Now, I've been doing a lot of reading on the tablet recently. I don't really see much of a difference, but a lot of people are like, oh, I'd rather have a book. And some people are like, I like a tablet. But the harsh reality is the book business is suffering. So what are they going to do about it? Well, they've got a brilliant, revolutionary new thing. Tiny books. Yeah. So this is it. This is what they think is going to revolutionize books. So you see they got this big book here, and they've said to themselves, what if that was small? And that's what they've done. They've made this small book. But that's not all. Don't let me mislead you into thinking that that's the only revolutionary thing that they've done. They've also flipped the text 180 degrees, right? So the book is now in a horizontal format rather than the traditional vertical. So that you can hold the book open with one hand and flip the pages with your thumb, much like a tablet, right? It's just like having a tablet in your hand. The New York Times believes that this is worthy of a story and it's going to revolutionize book reading. Apparently, created in the Netherlands, they came up with this first, this brilliant new book technology. And I don't know, what do you think? Parchment paper to keep it small and one-handed book reading. They cost $12. That's not... You giving me less paper for more money? I don't know about that. But you know what? I'll try it. I'll try a vertical book. I don't care. I'll do it. Our next story has fallen victim to the ad blocker once again. But we can still see the headline, and that's just enough. Lime recalls thousands of scooters after reports of some catching fire. It's a hot new trend, let me tell you. We live in a college town, and you see those green bikes everywhere. I have a feeling that some of them are never going back based on where they are. But the electric scooter is just as popular as the bike in some cities. Bit of an issue, though. Could explode because they do have batteries, lithium batteries. And a lot of people are reporting, well, maybe not a lot of people, but some people are reporting that the scooters are bursting into flame. Lime will not confirm that this has happened, but they are recalling all the scooters, which doesn't look good. So beware. if you have stolen a Lime scooter, it could burst into flame. Be careful how you charge it, because you never know. Well, we've commented F for Kepler, and I hope that you didn't pause the video and comment before you watch the entire thing. It's not recommended, because now you have yet another F to comment to pay respects to none other than Mario of Super Mario Brothers fame. It is well known that Mario was named after the landlord of the Nintendo Corporation when they were in their early days. And the man, Mario Segale, I don't know how you pronounce that, has died at the age of 84. They originally had named him Jumpman. He was, that's pretty basic. Jumpman. He really didn't have a personality. And they said, we need to name him. We need a name for our character. What can we name it? And Mario allegedly showed up to collect some back rent, and they said, there it is. That's the name. He's Mario. Now, he went through his life, didn't get any royalties, wasn't famous at all, but he was, in fact, the namesake for Mario, the Mario Brothers. And now he's dead. Sad. I'm out of jokes. I don't know. I have a good joke for that. Luigi, I don't know how they came up with that name. That'd be a good question, right? Where did Luigi come from? I guess they just picked another stereotypical Italian name. Well, I'm very sad that Krista's not here, because this is the kind of story that Krista would love. Because we all know that when it comes to hitting the bong, nobody has an iron lung like Krista. I had a couple of drops left in the old bottle there. The $2,400 laser bong. Man, I'll tell you what. Marijuana, it's probably a really great alternative to alcohol, for example. I'm going to feel like shit tomorrow. And I'm not having a lot of fun. Marijuana would give me the same kind of, separation from reality without any kind of hangover. And it's a painkiller that would replace probably some of the more dangerous medicines. So I think marijuana has some qualities that are legitimate, but there's no one more annoying than the people who try to broadcast themselves as being into weed culture, right? The people who wear the shirts, or, they got the skateboard and they got the weed leaf on everything that they do. Oh, you don't want to be around those people. And that's exactly who this product will cater to. The laser bong. You actually have to wear protective eyewear, because the laser is too powerful to look directly at. The green color that you see there, it's loaded with LEDs. It's $2,400 for basically nothing. But as we move into the world of legal marijuana, we got Canada has now signed up, and then, all these various states are legalizing it. We're getting more and more of this stuff. If you're going to smoke the ganja, for the love of God, don't buy into the marketing and the paraphernalia. Just be cool about it. Because it's a bad look, man. It's a very negative connotation when you're doing that kind of thing. Well, it's pretty common. There is a subculture, especially on the internet, of bulldogs, pit bulls especially, but all kinds of bulldogs. So there's one camp who thinks that bulldogs are a breed which is too violent. Right? They've been bred for violence, and they shouldn't exist. We've tampered with the wolf DNA to such a degree that we've made these horrible things, and we shouldn't have them. Now, there's the other camp that believes that pit bulls are gentle, loving creatures if you raise them correctly, right? And they're constantly at war. Personally, I don't care. I don't like dogs that much, really. I don't have strong feelings about pit bulls either way. But one guy that does, guaranteed, although he is currently in a coma, if he ever wakes up, he's going to have very strong feelings about pit bulls, is this gentleman from Australia. An English bulldog has bitten off his peanut butter smeared genitals. Now, I don't know why you would smear your genitals with peanut butter and introduce them to a bulldog. I can speculate as to why he might have done that. And if I'm right, I would also say that he probably deserves what he got, which is the complete removal of said genitalia and consumption by the dog. That it was not recovered for reattachment. They're gone. The dog ate them, presumably. Now, unfortunately, again, not being a huge fan of dogs, I think it's unfair that this bulldog was euthanized. Because, I don't know, to me, you don't accidentally smear your genitals with peanut butter around a bulldog. I think, and this might be controversial, I think if you smear your genitals with peanut butter around a bulldog, it's for nefarious reasons. Yeah. So this gentleman was found in a pool of blood, lacking said genitalia. Some peanut butter's still there, and he's been put into a medically induced coma. So I don't think we should comment F with respect to him, because I think he did a very bad thing. I think he paid for it. Unfortunately, so did the bulldog. So just pro tip, if you're out there and thinking to yourself, it's been a long time, maybe head down to the corner store, pick up some Jif, and spread some around, get a local straight. No, don't. It's not worth the risk. Even without it being a bulldog, even like a golden retriever, they have like the soft mouth. Don't take the risk, because it's wrong. It's wrong what this man did. And we should all take a moment to reflect on that. Well, I'm out of booze, I'm out of wine. Again, let me say, Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio, this has been the best bottle of wine I've had. I think it's 12%, 12.5. So it is a little light on the alcohol. But taste, flavor experience, this is a real winner. Go ahead and get yourself some Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio. And I'm not being paid by the Santa Margarita people. This is a completely unbiased review. But if you like I said, if a bottle of 7-Up left in your trunk, opened and left in your trunk for an entire summer, if that flavor appeals to you, you're going to love Santa Margarita. It's tasty stuff. Almost like it's got a little bit of carbonation, even though I know it doesn't. Oh, there's a couple of drops. Got to get every drop of that goodness. Last time I did Drunk Stream, they educated me about, this is the punt. And this is so you can pour it with one hand. Look at that. Look how convenient that is. The things you learn posted to YouTube, let me tell you. Well, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed the alcohol abuse this week. And if not, next week it won't have that. So you can look forward to that, you humorless piece of shit. And, all the other stuff that we do that you're just like, you shouldn't do stuff like this. Just show me motherboards, Wendell likes to downplay. The courtroom video that we did, Wendell's like, this is just something we mess with. No, we worked hard on that. We spent a lot of time working on that. And some of you took a shit on it. And that's okay, because you don't matter. But I still love most of you. And we'll see you next week. I'm going to go do some Twitch streaming, sober up so that I don't drive while I'm intoxicated because I'm a responsible adult. And we'll see you. Keep it real. Don't forget to vote. If you're here in the U.S., if you understand the politics, if you don't understand the politics, I'm going to go ahead and give you permission. Don't even vote. Take off work, say that you're going to vote, and then just don't do it because you're better off not voting if you don't know what's going on.